This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Joining us today is Craig Foster, the CEO of ONDO InsurTech. Following news about the recent 5-year contract signed with Länsförsäkringar in Sweden, the RNS states that the partnership aims to facilitate the expansion of LeakBot across the Länsförsäkringar group, which holds the position of the largest non-life insurer in Sweden. So hello Craig, welcome back. It's good to be speaking again. How are you doing?
Yeah, very well. Thank you, Mark. It's good to see you again.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. I wonder if you could elaborate a little bit on the significance of this new 5-year contract with Länsförsäkringar and what it means for the business. There's potential here for, about £30 million of revenue, is that right, for ONDO?
Yeah, that's right. So it's a new 5-year deal that we've just signed. I think you're already familiar with Länsförsäkringar, as we've previously talked about a pilot that we did with them last year. So that was in one of their 23 regions. We penetrated about half of their customer base in that one region. Delivered the claim savings and delivered a 50% increase in new business. So we've previously talked about Länsförsäkringar's intention to roll out across the group. What we've announced today is a new 5-year deal to facilitate that rollout across Sweden. Across to as many of their 2 million customers as possible is their intention.
Well, that's very good news indeed, isn't it? Clearly, Länsförsäkringar are very happy with the success that they've seen so far. Any feedback that you've got from them with regards to how they're feeling really about the product and your offer?
Yeah, I mean, I was in Sweden with them a month or so ago, and they're very positive about the product. It's been really popular with their customers, so it's been really well received. The product's got a great environmental benefits. It saves water. If we detect a leak, you get a free repair. So it's been very popular with the Länsförsäkringar customers, and they lead on that sustainability benefit about the fact that it's also good for the environment. But the important thing is they've seen the commercial results. They've seen a 50% increase in new customers. They've seen the claim saving. And what this new contract, the new contract we've signed is with LFTT, a particular group business. And what they do is they provide services across the whole of the Länsförsäkringar group, across the 23 regions. And what this contract is all about is embedding that product into Länsförsäkringar's core product offering to really facilitate that rollout. So it's a really good deal for us. The fact that they wanted this new 5-year contract to facilitate that rollout kind of shows the seriousness of their intentions. And the hope is that all of the 23 regions adopt the product. We've actually already started shipping to 4 of the 23 regions already in anticipation of that contract. Most of the rest of the regions were waiting for today for confirmation that we'd got all of the ducks in a row with this new group contract. But now this is signed. I mean, the 30 million revenue potential is basically, if we replicate those pilot results, which is the intention, across the rest of the group, it would be comfortably over 30 million of revenue over whatever time period the regions adopt the product and roll that out.
So just on that 30 million, as you say, over however long that the deal is that assuming that all the regions of Länsförsäkringar adopt the ONDO product and service over the sort of 5-year period that you've signed the contract for, assuming all that happens?
Yeah, that's right. So the intention is to replicate that across all of the 23 regions. I think the majority of the regions have already signalled they want to do it. So the pull is definitely there. Most of them are waiting for this contract to get signed, although a few of them have already started. If they adopt it, with the same proportion of properties that are eligible and the same kind of penetration as we got in the test region, if that happens, then the revenue would be comfortably more than 30 million, actually.
Okay, and this is a rollout across the entire group. You've got a 5-year contract there, so that gives you good ability to forecast and also sort of solidifies the business model somewhat here. Are you prepared for this kind of ramp and scale up?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, we've done this quite a few times now. We know how to get it done. With Länsförsäkringar, we know exactly the model and how to distribute the devices. This is tried and tested at this point. You know, a significant proportion of houses within that test region have a leak bot. So we know how to do this at some kind of scale already. But saying that, this is by far our biggest rollout deal, you know, by some considerable margin that we've done so far. So it is a really great milestone for us.
And do you think you can use this Länsförsäkringar deal as a case study to perhaps help you with future sales of the product and the service to other insurers?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the model around the world, Mark, is remarkably similar, actually. The insurers offer the device for free. They offer the repairs for free. And pretty much all of our partners are following more or less that same model. Länsförsäkringar were interesting because they led really on the sustainability benefit. And it just shows that really does resonate with customers, that they like the fact that they're not just protecting their home, they're not just saving some money on their water bill and preventing an insurance claim, but they're also doing something good for the environment as well. So I think that's a learning that we've talked to some of our other partners about. But that core model is repeatable, and we're replicating that with other insurers. Okay. The recent deal we announced in the United States in Washington with Mutual of Enumclaw, more or less exactly the same go-to-market model that we're executing there.
Well, just finishing off, Craig, across the wider business then, how are efforts going with the efforts to build the business, both with insurers and, of course, with the water authorities, that side of the business as well?
Yeah, I mean, that's going really well. I mean, the water companies is more of a new thing in the UK. You saw we announced our results with Portsmouth Water recently. That's led to really a whole bunch of interesting conversations across the water industry. We're exhibiting at the Northumbrian Innovation Festival. I think that's next week, where we'll speak to many of the key players in the water industry again. So yeah, much more to come in terms of how we can get water companies and insurers to collaborate together to share the costs of our technology. Because interestingly, the same system in the same home has two different benefits. It saves claims for insurers. It also saves water and drives water efficiency for the water industry. So I think there's a really interesting collaboration that we can drive and sit in the middle of to drive two different benefits through the same system. So more news to come there. I mean, we recently announced that first deal in the United States. Things are on track. That's up and running. We're getting ready for a customer launch on August the 1st. But we really just see that as just the start in the United States. The potential over there is huge. There's a real need. The economics work really well in the United States, and we remain very excited about the opportunity and about being able to announce deals in the not too distant future as well.
Okay, excellent. So continuing to push for sales and continuing with the growth of the business, is that the plan for most of the rest of the year?
Yeah, that's absolutely the plan.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Craig Foster, the CEO of ONDO InsurTech.
Thanks, Mark. Good to see you again.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.